All right, let's start. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in today. Uh, Today, we will be covering certain topics that the agenda that has been shared, and also be answering the questions that were asked in the discussion group. But before we start, we have another member from our leadership team who has joined us today, and we wanted you guys to meet him directly. Aman, who heads our product. Aman, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey guys, it's nice to meet you all. I've been part of these meetings as a non-panelist for a while, so I think I'm pretty aware of what the challenges you guys have. But I think it's a good idea to just we wanted to come across and share from the product side of things, because most of the things ultimately lead to product and the tech. I'm Aman. I'm based out of India. I have been with Drivela for almost 4 years now. I am the first person doing the tech in the product team for Drivela. With me joined when we, and one other person who did a lot of initial groundwork for TriMate when we ported to Australia as well. Yeah, I think in the past I've been a serial entrepreneur. I enjoy the startup scene. I like doing new creative ways to solve problems. And yeah, that's basically about me. Anything that kind of, let's say, comes out of these meetings as a potential ideas, or the things that you share on Facebook groups, ultimately funnel to me and my team, and from there flow on to the tech side of things. So yeah, that's basically about me. Happy to meet you guys.
So Aman is the brains behind all the tech execution that we have been seeing for the last couple of weeks, guys. So it's good for for you all to meet the people other than usual that you see: Ben, myself, Dirkyan, and Jake. We also have he couldn't join today because of personal commitment, but Farhan, who has joined us as head of operations for Australia. Farhan was the head of operations for Uber Car Share before it shut down, and he has now joined us as the head of operations for Australia. And also, along with him, a few other people from the Uber Car Share operations team have joined us. And as we go along, you will meet Farhan on these calls, and some of you will also interact with the on-ground team, which you're used to seeing with Uber Car Share. And you can imagine why we have done that, in order to make sure that the transition is seamless. These guys know a lot of things, a lot of realities on the ground. So it's good that we bring them over. And that was part of our commitment to all the hosts and guests, is that we want to make the experience of transition from UCS to DriveMate as smooth as possible. So let's start, and we will. These are the topics we are going to cover today. As I sent through in the Facebook group. Let's first talk about what are the app updates that have gone live since 30th of September. We have completed the integration of Autop and log boxes, which means both hosts and guests can now access cars via this UCS hardware. BBI is live, so all those who have signed up on BBI now have a reduced commission of 15%. Have to pay a reduced commission of 15%, down from 25%. So that's already live. The hourly trips are active. All the hosts are able to set their hourly pricing and receive hourly bookings. Shackle codes, etc. That was something that didn't go out initially. That's something that you can now generate right from the app. And definitely there have been some minor bugs, fixes that we encounter that you guys report, so that we fix as we go along. So just to make it clear that when you tell us something on the car owners group, and if we have not responded, does not mean that we are not listening to it. We try our best to respond to each one of the points, but nevertheless, it always flows into Aman and his team. Always. Regardless how small a bug is, how big the bug is, it always flows into his team. So you can be rest assured of that. And we, as you have been seeing, we have been fixing things as we go along. The first topic today, BYOD devices. The second topic, BYOD devices. What is the update? All BYOD devices that were registered with us in September have gone live on the DriveMate platform. So all the auto plugs and lock boxes, lock and unlock is working for all the hosts and guests. Primary GPS, we have integrated at our end. I know a lot of hosts have said, I can't see the location of my car basis my primary GPS in the app. That will be visible from 15th of October in the app under the Manage Access section. We'll keep you updated, but we have integrated at our end. Secondary GPS, we have integrated at our end. The hosts have no role to play in this, and hopefully we don't have to use a secondary GPS, because secondary GPS, the purpose is basically for theft tracking. right? If in a rare instance a car gets stolen, then we are able to track it, and our admin team and the ops team needs to be using it. So that has been integrated at our end. All the people who have registered their BYOD devices after 1st of October, they are going live on a first come first serve basis. The turnaround time for activation of a device is 3 working days. So let's say you give us a device number today. It takes us 3 working days, sometimes sooner, to activate those devices on the platform. You will be receiving a confirmation email for all the devices that have been activated for your car starting tomorrow. So while we have activated lots of cars, hundreds of cars, but we have not yet sent a confirmation email, we'll be sending that too. Now, what may happen is that there's an activation issue with your device. Now, please contact us at support@driveme.au, and there could be 2 large possible reasons for the device not working. Either the device ID is incorrect. So sometimes what happens is, in case of auto plugs, the device ID that you've given is incorrect, right? So as you know, we have entered into an agreement with Uber. So we have, let's say we know the device IDs for those cars. So we are correcting those device IDs at our end. The second thing is, what could happen is that everything is correct, but your device is not connected in the car. So I think a lot of people disconnected their auto plugs or their primary GPSs in September once Shusha shut down. So if your device is not yet activated, please ensure you plug the device back in. So we have sent out emails to people who we know have disconnected their device because we're not getting any signal at our end. So please ensure if you received such an email, you plug the device back in. All the subscription charges for your plans will kick in October from the date your devices went live. So if your device went live on 1st of October, the charge will start retrospectively from 1st of October. If your device goes live on 10th of October, then the charge will start. However, subscriptions are always charged on 1st of the month, so we will prorate it, and that's how things will go. So please feel free to drop in your questions. New devices. So 2 parts: Autoplug installations. Autoplug installations are starting 28th of October. All people who were on the best mates plan, they have been sent out emails with a registration link, right? So because you have indicated that you need an auto plug, we need a confirmation from you that you definitely need an auto plug, knowing very well that there's an installation cost that hosts have to pay for $100 per install. Once you have filled out that form that has been sent to you, the installation team will send you a confirmation email with the installation date, and the local team will coordinate with you on the installation. If you have not received a link for any chance and you want an auto plug, this is the QR code which you can scan to request for an auto plug for your car, and this will also be available in the help center. Some of you have also asked what about the primary, secondary GPS and log boxes. Apologies for the delay. We have had some time to organize the stock. Starting 13th of October, that is Monday, we are starting to ship out these devices. A comms will be sent out this week for all the hosts who have requested for the device to confirm their postal address, and they will be sent out to all of you starting 13th. You'll receive a confirmation email and tracking details. And once these devices are delivered, so let's say you ask for a primary GPS or a log box, and once these devices have been delivered, you will be required to install these devices and as per the instructions provided. Do note that there is a shipment cost of $29 per shipment. So let's say you have ordered 5 primary GPSs. So the total cost will be $29. If you order 2 primary GPSs, shipment cost will be $29. So let us know in one go what all you need. So we'll prepare 1 pack and send it to you. So per shipment that shipment can have as many devices that you have requested for your cars, and that's what we'll charge as a packing and a dispatch cost. This is extremely important. This is our current pricing and payout system, which is you currently set a daily price with 150 kilometers included, or an hourly price with kilometers included. The guest gets charged plus drive fees. You get paid out after every trip. Fuel, guests have to refuel to pick up levels, and the distance calculation and reporting is manual. Like Durkan mentioned last time, we will be moving to a new pricing and payout mechanism, which is exactly what UCS used to do, which goes live in the first week of December. And the way that works is that you will set your time charge either per day or per hour, and a distance charge where you'll have an option to choosing a distance charge with 35 cents, 45 cents, or 55 cents per kilometer. The guests will be charged a time charge and the distance that they drive into, of course, the distance charge plus drive-mate fees. The distance calculations will be automated completely, right? Yeah, on host payouts, the host payouts, you will get, let's say, the 75% of the time charge, and the distance charge minus 8 cents. 8 cents is drive-mate share, and the rest of it is yours. Let's say you choose a distance charge of 45 cents, so you get 37 cents, and drive-mate gets 8 cents, which is which is pretty much same as what UCS did. The payout frequency to host will also change. Instead of paying out after every trip and feeding you, the payouts will be monthly. So with detailed monthly statements. Fuel, guests will have to pay a distance charge. If they refuel, they will attach to receipts and we'll refund them. Same as UCS again. Distance calculation, as I said, it will be automated via auto plugs, drive-mate go, or primary GPS. It will not be manual anymore. So there's no issue of excess kilometers, etc. We'll also automate late returns, so you don't have to report late returns. So as you can see, a lot of automation is coming your way starting first week of December. And as we promised, let's say on hardware integration, that hardware integration will go live on 1st of October. And thankfully, Aman and team have managed to deliver that. It's important that we're working towards it. So we are now trying to ensure that we deliver on this big one that we have promised all of you. And this should take care of a lot of the current issues that hosts are facing in terms of, guests not filling up the fuel. I am having to report excess mileage and after every trip, so that is becoming a challenge. Distance calculation is manual, so all of those issues will go away with this setup. In terms of hourly pricing, the hourly pricing has gone live on 1st of October. In case you have not activated your hourly pricing till now, in the next 48 hours, all cars will be activated on hourly pricing with a default hourly price basis your daily price. Why are we doing this? A lot of hosts don't know whether hourly is available despite our best efforts. Now we will activate hourly for all cars by default with an hourly price which is proportionate to your daily price. You will have the option of updating your hourly price or disabling it completely. We will send you an email. So once we activate it, we will send you an email. You decide if you want to switch it off, go back into the system and switch it off. The only reason we are doing it is a lot of hosts don't even know about hourly pricing. So that's why we've done this. There have been some issues which have been reported on hourly, and we are fixing those issues as we go along. Update on marketing. And I'm going to take all the questions that is being sent. First, we'll address the priority Q&A, and then we will come to the questions being asked in the Q&A. So there has been a lot of chatter about demand on drive-mate. So we just wanted to spend a couple of minutes on how the demand is shaping up on drive-mate. So the metric that we're using here is what are the number of searches that are happening per car on drive-mate in a month. Right? Number of searches that happen on the drive-mate platform, whether it is app or web. So if you see, before UCS shut down, we had approximately 33 searches per car per month on drive-mate. The day UCS shut down, you can see this massive jump of the number of, because at that time we didn't have enough cars. So the number of searches per car per month really shot up. Now they have stabilized at around 130 searches per car per month, which is 4x of where we were, right? So when we say that we have increased investments, when we are saying that we are improving the marketing via Facebook, Google, and SEO, this data we are going to continuously show to you guys, to all the drive-mate car owners, that we are putting in our effort to increase demand, as we have been consistently saying, because there is, of course, this could be different at a city level. This could be different in Sydney versus Melbourne versus Gold Coast or Brisbane, possible. And we are also at our end, we are looking at these numbers at a city level to make sure that you have enough demand for your cars, right? So this is an overall country level picture. But the point that we are trying to make is that yes, we are moving and we are moving in the right direction. This blip that you see, of course, happened because from 26th or 27th of August, just massive number of searches, but we didn't have enough cars on those days, and hence the searches per car were very high. But once the cars started coming in, it has settled at around 130, so which is 4x of the pre-UCS number. Ben, you want to talk about the host marketing toolkit for a second?
Yeah, look, thanks everybody for patience with this. It is actually ready, but we're not going to send it live until next week, and I'll tell you why. When I was creating this page, so it's a portal that lives on Vistaprint. So it's got sticker designs. It's got stickers for inside windows, stickers for outside windows. There's a kind of more teal colored sticker. There's a more white colored sticker. So we've got two different designs. We've got stickers that go on the paintwork, but they're safe, so they're removable. We've also got magnetic stickers that are removable and reusable, and there will also be a new flyer design. Before we've negotiated a great rate with Vistaprint, so you'll find the cost to print these is actually very, very reasonable. What we wanted to do though is we wanted to make these printables as impactful as possible. So we took a deep dive into referral codes, and the referral code at the moment sends users to a sign up to DriveMate page. From next week, which Aman is working on, your referral code, whether it's a URL or whether it's the QR code, which we will give you. So what you'll see next week is each host will receive an EDM with a link to download your own personal QR code that you can use any way you like. But one of the places we're hoping you would use it is for these stickers. So this portal, these stickers are editable. They've got the basic simple text, and then it says scan to rent my car, and that's actually a drop down. So you can change it to scan to rent my van, scan to rent my ute, scan to rent my SUV. So you can customize it in that way. There are some text fields if you want. You can put your phone number on, you can put your email, but the main enhancement to this, and hence the delay, but I think it's going to be worth the wait. I really hope so. Is that this QR code won't take people just to the generic DriveMate website. It will take people to your host page with all of your cars, whether you've got 1 car or 50 cars. It will take people to your host profile page with all of your cars listed, with the $25 sign up for new guests attached. So it's a much richer destination that we're offering people, and a better experience. So they go straight to your cars rather than being asked to sign up before they've seen cars. And indeed, when they sign up currently, they don't go to your cars. So this is your QR code to take people to your cars with your referral code baked in. And it will be the same for the flyer as well, that will be added to that portal along with the stickers. And look, once this is launched, it will be dynamic. It's by no means set and forget. As soon as it's launched, anything that's missing, anything you want, we're going to do key rings. We're going to do. I can keep adding to it. It's really easy to add new stuff to it based on your demands. If anybody has a particular thing, if you're at a big car show this weekend and you absolutely need a flyer, email me, ben@drivemate.au, and I can work out how to get you stuff faster. But this whole portal will go live next week once you've all got your own individual rich QR codes.
Thanks, Ben. Moving to the questions being asked first on the priority Q&A, and then I'll handle some of the questions which were raised, including the ones that Ben has answered, so we can just pick up if there is something for everyone to see. So the first question is which OBD to GPS is compatible? Yeah, the CalAmp ones are not. It is the bolts which are compatible. So that's the answer to that. So the CalAmp ones are very limited number available in UCS. Bulk of them were still the bolts. I would say 90% were bolts. So we are integrating the bolts. Do borrowers get advised to extend the booking before cutoff time? Yeah. So yeah, that is so Nick, to answer that question, yes, the borrower can extend the trip. So the way the trip extension works is, let's say you were supposed to return the car at 6 o'clock today, right? You will get a prompt to extend the booking within the app or the web, and also you can extend the booking even after the trip is over, right? Till 6 hours. So till 12 o'clock in the night, you can extend the booking till the time the car is available, possible. You will still currently receive, if the borrower extends the car 5 times, in the current system, you will still receive 5 payouts. That is correct. However, as I said in 2 slides back, that system is going to go out of the window by a week 1 of December, wherein all your payouts will be at a monthly level. So you will not need to keep track of anything. You will see a trip level detail, exactly what you used to see with UCS. No change. Exactly what you used to see. You say, okay, this trip, this is your earning. This trip, this is your earning. And all of this added up at the end of the month, sent to you as one payout. So hope that answers the question. Waiting time for UCS logbox and GPS activation, Francis. If you have requested for it through the app, let's say you selected GoodMates and you said, I don't want to do BYOD, expect a mail this week asking for a confirmation. As I said, from 13th of October, they will start getting shipped out to you. Are we approving older cars, sub 8,000? So 2 options. Let's say if your car is older. So as we said, there are 3 criteria. There are 2 criteria, right? The first criteria is the car is newer than 2008, and it can be any value, right? So some cars newer than 2008, possible exception is that there could be something which is less than 8,000. We doubt it, but possible. Those will be accepted. If the car is older than 2008, then it has to be above $8,000 in value, right? That's the way the condition works. Hope that issue gets answered, that question gets answered. So I've already answered this question. Now I'm looking at some of the questions in the chat. I see one question from Michael Pattinson, which is, my 6 cars with auto plugs have been listed for 2 weeks now and they're not working. So Michael, the reason, so I will have to look into your case specifically, and you will have an answer, a very specific answer tonight on this. So maybe Ben will make a note and we send a very specific answer. You don't have to mail again. You don't have to mail again to anyone, Michael. We will give you a very specific answer. Apologies, you didn't receive one. But let me tell you why some of the auto plugs have not been activated. The reason for that is that we are working with the supplier, Humax, and that's not your problem, but I'm trying to give you the real reason, is that some of these devices have yet to be transferred from Humax, and we are pushing them to transfer it to us. We will look into your specific matter, Michael, and have an answer to you. We will try and get it activated as soon as we can. So apologies for all the trouble. Paolo has some fantastic app suggestions, and he has sent it in the chat. Yeah, this is all great, Paolo, and as Aman has already answered that question, so fantastic. Yeah, so Michael, and you will be charged when your devices have gone live. So that is correct. Yeah, so that is a great question, Sandy. And we've had a lengthy debate on yesterday on this whole, how will the charge be changed to pricing affect existing bookings that are already logged in for December? So bookings which are already logged in, right? That is will be challenging to move over to the new pricing system. Any bookings made after the pricing system has gone live, that will be on the new pricing system. That is the best of my knowledge today, right? Let me qualify that answer, right? We do understand that there could be a challenge there for car owners, so do not cancel that booking, first of all. If that's what you're thinking, don't cancel that booking. Let us come back to you guys as we solve this issue, bring this alive. If there is a way of moving what was booked to the new pricing system. Today I cannot commit, but we know the problem that you are referring to, Sandy, right? So just bear with us. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks, as we come closer to the launch date, we'll have an answer to it. The ideal solution is that any booking that is post week 1 of December automatically moves to the new pricing system, right? That is the most ideal solution. Not sure whether we can do it right away. Of course, there'll be a challenge on ensuring that the guest has booked something, knowing something, and now we change that condition. So that might be a little bit of a challenge also from even if you're able to do it technically, it might be a challenge from a guest's point of view. So we'll have to see how we manage that. But it's a great point, Sandy. Yeah. So I think Ben has also answered that question to Mehali. Let me check some of the questions. I've already answered your question, Anjuran, so that's fine. Johannes Skardler, same question just answered. Does DM have a site of current car location via XUCS OBD? So this is correct. So James' point is correct. So first of all, nobody should be chatting with you at 2 a.m. in the night, James. So again, that is not good. And I don't know why somebody has asked you. So let us take this up with support, and maybe we make a note of this. We just want to. That is not the way we should be operating, and that's not also the guidance relating to the way we operate. You're 100% right. We have visibility of the backend GPS if you have a primary GPS installed and it's active, so that should be okay. So you should not have had to go through this. So Stephen, you have a very specific situation. I see that in your question. Let us respond to that specifically one-on-one after this webinar. Maybe one of us can give you a call, Stefan, and maybe Ben, again, if I can request you to make a note of this, let's answer this question to Stephen that he has asked. Yeah.
I'd just share one thing from personal experience with thefts and the police. They don't see a late returned car share car as a stolen car, but if the guest has done anything to tamper with the car, so for example, unplugged the GPS or thrown the GPS out of the window or unplugged the auto plug, that's actually an offence in itself, and that's quite a good way if you need to tip the police over from thinking that it's just a late return to an actual offence committed. That's one way that will tip them.
Yeah. But fair enough. We come back to you on this, Stefan, especially in your case. Joel has asked the question, if guests book for 24 hours but return the car 2-3 hours late, do they get charged for the time at the hourly rate? So the way the trip extensions work is very simple. Let's say you booked a car for 24 hours. The price for that car is A, right? And if you extend it by 3 hours, the way the system calculates is what would be the trip price for 27 hours and reduces the amount that you already paid. And that's your extension cost. So we don't charge it at hourly. We just charge it what would be the price at 27 and what would be the price at 24 and charge the guest the difference. That's the way the trip extension works, as simple as that. Sandy has a brilliant suggestion, I would say, is there many means to have the amended pricing preloaded to go live midnight 1st December, so that so that hosts can give us an indication of their pricing already, so that it does not, any bookings coming in, the pricing for the guest doesn't change when the new system, let's say, even if we transfer to the new pricing system. So that is something for us in the tech side of things to think about. But thanks for that suggestion, Sandy. It's possible, right? Okay, so yeah. So Alan, so we will only charge you $5 for the secondary GPS if we know it's working. Of course, we will not charge you if it's not working. So don't worry about that. So if it's not active for any reason, we will not charge you and we will tell you, right? It's not working. So so that's the point I mentioned earlier in the presentation, that we will email all hosts with all the devices that are working. I also wanted to take a few moments to answer some of the questions that have been raised on the DriveMate car owners group in chat, some themes that we are seeing, and how are we handling that. The first larger theme that we are seeing is on the ticketing system. Some people have said, oh, these guys are disorganized, they're too slow, they don't have enough people. And we are trying to take bull by its horns. We do understand that there is definite scope of improvement in our ticketing system. We do have a ticketing system. If there is a dispute on a trip for any reason, fuel, tolls, damages, etc., there's a ticket that gets created and gets shared with the host and the guest. Is there a scope for significantly improving the ticketing system? Yes. And that is what the team is working on an enhanced ticketing system, which goes live in around middle of November, wherein all of this thing that you see, visibility of tickets, creation of tickets directly by the host, all of that hopefully will get sorted. So we are prioritizing things as we go along, but ticketing system, we do acknowledge that there is definitely many more improvements have to be done. I'm not even talking about the improvements at our backend, wherein we are hiring more people as we speak on the operation side, on the resolution side. We're hiring more people. We're beefing up our team to counter the extra volume that we are getting. In the same breath, tolls. I see some of the points, and Sandy, you mentioned that your spend is $100 to $150 a day of the tolls. Currently, whatever tolls were sent for September, our goal is to, as I said in the last call, within the first 2 weeks of October, we'll solve it. We are working on an enhanced system for tolls, wherein you can just upload your monthly statements, and it will automatically get paid out within a few days to you. That is coming up. But for now, what is happening is that all the tolls that you send us, we do process tolls at a monthly level, guys. We do not process tolls on a daily level. So if you send your statements to tolls@drivemate.au, all toll statements sent for September will get paid out within the first 2 weeks of October. If it doesn't get paid out, that's our problem, definitely. Now, there is definitely a case that exists wherein some of the large fleet owners have a significant cash flow issue because you accumulate a lot of tolls during the month. And how does that get sorted? For that, I don't have a solution today, but certainly that is up our sleeves as to how we can help you. But for us, till now, all tolls sent till 30th of September will get processed within the first week. So first 2 weeks of October, right? So if you sent a claim on toll on 11th of September, it gets processed together in the first to all the claims in the first 2 weeks of October. And why we do that is because we do not expect hosts to send us tolls after every trip. We expect the host will send us a their tolls monthly statement by the end of the month, which is when linked
as a PDF.
As a PDF. That's what we expect the host to do. Right now, I see a lot of hosts sending, a snap screenshot of their toll statement at the end of the trip. That will also get processed. However, what is best is if you can send the toll statement at the end of the month and let us do the job of highlighting which, so you don't have to pick out of the toll statement which trip is on DriveMate trip or not. That is our job. That's not yours. What we are simply asking the hosts to do is to send us the statement at the end of the month. That's it. That is it. So some hosts are under the impression, they have to figure out which tolls are DriveMate. No, you don't have to do that. We will do that. Yeah. The last point that we are also seeing is
There's a great suggestion from Joel there.
Yes, I see that you can pay it by credit card, so then it solves the without any via Amex. So yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thanks, Joel. On payouts, as some of you have said, coming in bits and pieces, inaccurately shown in the system. Inaccuracy, that is and I know some of you guys have reported. We'll handle that as a glitch in the system. However, and also as a glitch for some of you, so we'll fix that. Payouts coming in bits, as I've already answered, we are going to solve that with the monthly payouts. So that will be as clean as it was with UCS. So that should get sorted, guys.
One thing that's happening at the moment, if you guys have seen a payout that's $33 less than it should be, and then a separate payout for $33, that's because someone's used the code DM33. We know that's not ideal, but that's what's happening right now. We will get on top of that, but that might help you reconcile some of your payout amounts.
Yeah, and that will end on 30th of November. That's the point I'm making. That show will cease to exist on 30th of November, right? So right now, I can assure you that you're not losing any money. So if somebody has booked a trip for $100 and you should have received $100 and you get paid $67 one time, I can assure you you're getting $33 paid the second payout. It's not ideal, and that will stop on 30th of November. So you're getting it paid out in bits and pieces, but that's going to stop.
Actually, the 33 usually lands first. You'll be more likely to get the 33 and then the 67.
Yeah, just a quick update on the roadmap, as we always do, right? So we are working on the field trials of DriveMed Go 3.0. Right now, the field trials are happening as we speak in Singapore, and very soon the devices are coming to Australia. I'll reach out to you, some of you, to do the field trial. I've already spoken about advertising, etc. This month, what you can expect is enhanced search for hourly trips. That is something that we're working on. Cleaner view of trips, current and past, and also improved trip extensions. So there are some glitches on trip extensions that we are fixing. The big thing that we're working on, big priority, is the billing system, right? So which is what this is, right? The pricing system and the payout. So let's say move to the UCS type pricing system, duration plus kilometer charge, and move to monthly payouts, real-time analytics, accurate mileage, all of that. That now our focus, the team's focus, has moved away from delivered hardware. Okay, fine. Let's move to the pricing and payouts. That is the big one, guys, right? Week 1 December, once we do that, that should solve a lot of their problems. Second thing that we are working on is a smoother trip management. So as I said, the ticketing system that we spoke about, creating tickets directly, those are certain things that we are already working on, giving you better visibility on tickets, more organized. That's something that happens around mid or third week of November. That is pretty much it from our end. Are there any other questions that are so Paulo has a question as to how we are doing reviewing the toll bills. How will you know if you're doing a great job, right? Paulo, so one thing that we currently are doing is that if you send us the toll statement, we'll scan through the toll statement, look for matches, and we'll pay you out, and it will get reflected in your at a trip level what tolls were paid out to you. So if you open the trip level on the app, you will see the tolls being paid out. However, one system that we are working on is to give you, let's say and that's not today, but once you upload your toll statement, you will see all the tolls as per that toll statement, and which were DriveMed trips, which were not DriveMed trips, and which were paid out, which were not paid out. So that is the system that we are working towards, right? I agree with you. You deserve to see what tolls have been paid out and what not. Agree. That is a visibility that will come to you. That is already something that Aman and his team are working on. Mihali, yes, possible that some car owners don't want to do it, and that's why we are being practical, don't want to activate hourly bookings. Fair enough. The only reason we are doing, and we are being we are transparently telling you that it's not mandatory to have hourly booking. We will activate it once going for everyone. If you want to deactivate it, just deactivate it. It's fine. So that at least we want to be sure that whoever wanted to activate it has activated it. That's the only idea. And Mihali, also what's going to happen is that from first week of December, when the new pricing and payout system goes live, this whole worry about people checking fuel will go out of the window. So hopefully then the hourly bookings will increase. Yeah.
There's a good question from Sandy there.
Yes. Street parked customer service tell us where it is parked. Yes, actually, I wonder why this whole issue of where the car is parked is something. So what Sandy is going to happen is that where can we find location of the car? Actually, neither the customer service agent nor you need to know where the car is. Actually, only person who needs to know where the car is the guest, right? And how can the guest find out? Either the car has an auto plug or a primary GPS. So there is definitely a fix needed on this, and that is something that the team is already working on, wherein the pickup location comes from the primary GPS. Currently, that's not happening. For auto plugs, that is happening. When the guest goes to a car, they see the location as per the auto plug. But currently, what is not happening is they are not seeing the location as per the primary GPS, if the primary GPS is activated. So that is where the challenge is, and it will get sorted once the primary GPS location you start seeing in the app middle of October. You'll start seeing that as well. All right. Are there any other questions?
Joel had a good question, which is what's our plan for longer term pricing beyond a monthly price? I know Turo are going very, very hard on these 2 and 3 month bookings. I don't know anyone who's ever had one of those, but I'm sure they exist.
Yeah, sure.
What's up?
We have a product for that called Flex Plus, which is a weekly subscription system, which is minimum of 2 months booking. We have that live already, and we have a few subscriptions live on it. Of course, it's a different pricing game and it's a different mechanism. We haven't yet brought it to all the hosts in a very dominant way. As you can imagine, we are taking things one step at a time, so that we don't trip over ourselves, right? It is you can try and do so many things and do nothing, move in 20 directions and go nowhere, still standing at the same place. So we don't want to do that. So long-term bookings, we have a product in place, but for now we are not pushing it. In all fairness, we are wanting to get things settled first, and then open up that battlefront, and it will be available to all of you. I can tell you, it's a fantastic product. Already, instead of 1 day, 2 day, 3 day bookings, your car has gone on for 6 months and you will receive weekly payments, kind of thing. You don't have to worry about anything. So that's the kind of product it is. But bear with us. We will come back to the product in some time, not right away.
One topic that there's been some lively debate about on our Facebook page this week, which we thank you for, is whether hosts should have access to auto plugs during trips. There's pros and cons. There's security concerns around that. But Paolo, I know you put forward some very compelling scenarios and arguments as to why a host should have access. Gaurav, if you might share our sort of philosophy on that. Obviously we take on board everything Paolo shared this week, but we've got some perspectives from our side as well.
Yeah, I think the perspective is pretty simple. If you rent a car, you don't want the car owner to be tracking you for any reason or have access to the car, because he's paying you for that time, and he's paying you money for that time. So it's a question of privacy. And if your argument is, what if something goes wrong, then we are here to take care of it. So I don't see any reason for car owners to have access to the car during a drive-in trip. There should not be any reason. And if there is any intervention needed, it has to be the drive-in guys. if let's say somebody is not returning the car, the driver team takes over. We don't expect the host to take over. So it is something that that we are pretty clear about from a privacy point of view, and unlikely to change anytime soon.
I think
unless
Gaurav,
I'm missing something.
Yeah, no, you're not missing. You're missing part of the point is location, which I think we can close that off. It's actually more about the locking and unlocking. You know, if a guest is having problem unlocking the car, locking the car and the host can step in to help.
Yeah. No, they're not needed. Host doesn't need to step in at all. Our team has to do that job. Okay. It's the team's job. I mean, I'm surprised that the host wants to do our job. It's our job, guys. Our support team job. They have access to the full back end. They don't even do it through the app. They do it right from the back end. So if they can't unlock it, trust me, you can't unlock it. If our support team cannot unlock it, the hosts have no way of unlocking it through the system. So yeah, I just hope. Barry is saying, when will my inaccurate OBD GPS dongles from UCS become accurate? Currently, they're up to 600 meter out. Help desk is aware. So your GPS is 600 meters inaccurate. That is quite a lot, I must say. And Barry, I would personally want to understand where that is. So we have made a note of this point. So if we can make a note of this, Ben, if I request you for this,
Yep.
then we will, Barry, let us look into this. But I'm sure if you've told the host, the team, they're looking into it, and we'll have somebody go into looking into this location problem. But I'm wondering, Barry, that where are you seeing the OBD GPS dongle location? Because we are not even given access to the host still on the OBD GPS dongle. If you are referring to the location that people see in the app or website, that's got nothing to do with the OBD dongle location. I think I already responded to you on the Facebook group, by the way. But let me pick it up with the team, Barry. So
a couple of people have sort of pointed out that our position on host locking and unlocking is different from Uber car share. You know, we are not copying and pasting everything from Uber car share. we are stealing with pride anything that works within the DriveMate model, but we're not just taking everything blanket and applying it to DriveMate.
Yeah, that is correct. So that is 100% right. The other question was, yes, this is certainly a deviation from UCS if UCS was given lock-unlock access. But right now, yeah, so yeah, Paolo wants to speak something. So let's just give him, wait a second. I'll just get you on, Paolo. Wait a second. Since you want to discuss the subject, let's get you in. Paolo, go ahead. You can now talk. Paolo? You can unmute yourself and talk. Yeah. Go ahead.
Gaurav, can you hear me?
Yes, can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, thanks. So I have had several borrowers recently where they for one reason or another have not been able to do the unlock during the trip pickup themselves. So at start of trip, we just find ourselves in front of the car, looking at each other, trying to see if we can unlock the car. And then, of course, I cannot because it's already within a trip. And then in that scenario, you're suggesting I make a support call.
No. Oh, okay. I understand. Okay. So your request is that, no, first of all, the request is not to you to make the support call. The request is to the guest to make the support call. Now, what I understand what you're saying is that you don't need location access. You need lock and lock access.
Yes, just the lock and lock. Yes, just the lock and lock. Because there are many circumstances like this where you can have a newbie borrower, you can have a borrower who is application challenged, who is probably not the most tech savvy. For any number of reasons, at pickup, it can be an issue. And also at return, it can also be an issue. So similarly, the application challenged borrower may not be able to perform the steps properly such that they then ask you to do the unlock, do the lock at the drop off. So it's the same issue again. Then
beautiful point. Yeah.
There are other issues still. So sometimes the auto plug itself needs resetting. So sometimes mid-trip,
Okay. Wait a second. Let me answer the question. We'll do it. We'll give you the lock and lock functionality, right? Give us some time. We'll make it work.
Okay.
But we will not be able to give you the location, guys, during a trip.
Yes.
We'll give you the lock and lock. We'll give you the lock and lock functionality. You have a fair point.
I think that's a really, I think that's a really smart decision, because I tell you what, when you're standing with a guest, they expect the host to be able to be a magician and do everything. They don't want to have to call support. And, sometimes if a guest is from overseas, they don't even have, sometimes they don't have data. Sometimes they don't have Australian mobile, calling. They expect the host to be a wizard and sort it out. So I think that's a really smart decision, Gaurav.
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks, Paolo. Thanks for answering the question. Thanks for explaining it to us so well to us. And decision taken. We'll come back to you when we can do it. Don't expect it tomorrow morning, please. But we will do our best what we can do here. But there's
a good sub point on this from Alon. Why not provide those borrowers with the key, or have the option where borrowers can request a key? And I think there's some complexity around using keys as well as auto plugs, which Gaurav might be able to clarify.
Yeah, I think if we start giving people keys, then we defeat the purpose of auto plug. And you would ask why you're paying a subscription for an auto plug if you have to give people keys. So in a perfect world, you should not need keys for it. In a perfect world, there are cases when it happens when you need to give keys. I do acknowledge, but I don't think you want to build that complexity of people asking keys, but because then you have everybody asking for keys. And then this whole purpose of remote access will go away. So great decision done. We will give you the lock and lock access during a trip without the location. The location part will go hidden, and you will have the lock and lock buttons. Yeah. Anything else? Any final questions before we have 3 more minutes to go? Any final questions that you want to ask us, this panel?
Alon just made a good point, and I'm just gonna. It's not a question; it's a thought, but it's a really good one. Alon said he has no intention of unlocking the car for guests. Paolo is a better host. He's not a better host, Alon. It's just different hosts, different cars, different needs, and DriveMate we're trying to keep very very different need states. Happy. And of course, it's your prerogative to say, if you want your guests to contact support, go for it. If Paolo wants to be able to do it himself, then he should go. Vive la différence. Car sharing is not one size fits all. Every car is different. Every host is different. Every guest is different. And as hosts, you have to decide what works for you, what makes you comfortable.
Yep, that's about it, guys. Thanks for a lovely discussion today. and we will upload the video as well as the slides by tomorrow. And keep your questions coming, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Take care.
guys.
Bye. Bye, guys.